Hello everyone, Pally here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We find ourselves inside of Ceress's Caress. It looks like Dungen's putting on a little bit of a show. Or I guess you could say he's having a little bit of a bard off with the house minstrel here. If that is the case, I do think that Dungen is winning. I have a great video in store for you guys today. I think I have meticulously planned out this storyline. But first, I'm going to have to do a little shopping. You may have noticed that we got beat up in the last episode. We need to make sure we are prepared for anything. Dang, that was actually kind of a decent intro.
How long do the effects
Whoa, can I make the whole thing the cinematic? I have some funny in-between episode lore for you guys. I went back inside of Sorcerer's Sundries. I wanted to pick up some potions, and I wasn't sure if they sold them or not. Turns out I don't think they did, but when I talked to the unperson, the clone of the wizard himself, up above, the narrator, Milady, said he is blissfully unaware that the wizard upstairs is deceased. I wasn't sure in the chaos of everything going on if he was still alive. So I guess Dame Aelin, the Moon Maiden, is upstairs. We are going to need to address that soon. But for right now, there are two vendors in the area here that I do need to talk to. The first of which is Fitz the Firecracker. This is a friend of Karlach, if you have her in her party.
Something caught your eye
In
there?
your party, make sure you bring her by.
Most of my wares can take an eye right out.
Oh, can they? Actually, they can. Let me see what you have to offer. She sells the Deadshot. The number you need to roll a critical hit while attacking is reduced by 1. But the wielder doubles their proficiency bonus when rolling ranged attacks with this weapon, unless they have disadvantage. I don't think we need to fear anymore because our party as a whole has so much CC. So I'm going to use this as hopefully a damage bonus for now. But that's not the only thing she is pushing. She is a great arrow vendor, and I'm going to be coming back here soon, particularly these arrows of transposition and these. If I can silence the angels upstairs. Oh, yeah, now we're thinking, dude. Now we're thinking. Unfortunately, that was 3,000 gold. But I think it was worth it. We're going to go ahead and swap over our weapon. I'm not proficient with longbows. I'll fix that soon, don't worry. The next guy we need to talk to is right here. It was a pretty long walk, but I didn't need directions.
Don some armor, then learn to swing a sword. If you can manage the extra weight, that is.
Hey, God, we're just so handsome. We should probably stop and appreciate that more. By the way, Duncan's not the only one who got a new fancy outfit. I let the rest of the party go shopping as well. I hope you guys are looking forward to that. This guy sells the Armor of Agility. Add your full dexterity modifier to your armor class. Additionally, this armor does not impose disadvantage in stealth ability checks. That's going to be a nice AC increase for Dungen, bringing us up from... Wait, we have more money, but not enough. Hold on. I'm going to sell the Fear Shield, but it looks like that just was taken a little bit off the top of what I owe this guy. Oh, no. I thought that'd be really valuable. Okay, I have just barely enough if I sell this keepsake ring that has a Dominate Beast enchantment. I can't think of any beast we would actually need to use this on. None are coming to mind. If you can think of any, let me know. I mean, I guess I know where the ring is if we need to buy it back in the future. We are straight up broke, though.
City's got a dangerous air to it these days. Only makes sense to take self-preservation measures.
Okay. That was a little cryptic, right? Well, I guess now that we're broke, I'm gonna have to turn to a life of crime. That's the only option. Cue the high-quality transition to the next location. And guess what? The next location is right back where we started. I told you I planned this out all along. We decided to let bygones be bygones, and we just made a super band. We combined all of our talents together. Seems like everyone's vibing with it, but dude, music does not pay anymore. Have you seen what Spotify paid Snoop Dogg, bro? I need to get into some real crime here. I need some real money. And conveniently, these guys I panned past just happened to be talking about some nefarious deeds.
The two men bark softly to each other. A single name reaches your ears. 9 Fingers.
Oh, well, failed that. Hey, fellas, mind if I No, I'm going to listen in a little bit. What did I hear? We need a 15. We rolled. Oh! All right, I'm going to take a moment to just say, you know, I appreciate every like we get on these videos, and I also understand that we are 10 months past this game coming out, and I'm still absolutely in love with it, and it's okay if not everyone is. But I noticed the likes going down a little bit. If we want to boost these up, it would make me feel good. If you hit that like button, that would be awesome. I mean, I got a natty 20 on the first roll of video. I mean, come on.
You rats with the guild now. Heard 9 Fingers met a match.
The new kingpin? All meat and muscle, that one. And wild as a werebear. If he's looking to oust 9 Fingers, my blade's got his back.
Sounds messy as the 9th hell. Must be why she called us to help.
Is that right? The way I heard it, you Zent cut a deal with the new... Hold on.
They were getting kind of lively, huh?
Up in our affairs?
Yes, I am. Sounds like an interesting business. I'd like to take part. This is persuasion, of course. That's a charisma check, something we are great at. A very astute viewer in the previous episode, I think it was the previous episode, where we fought Saravok on accident. I was convinced that walking into a candle and taking fire damage is what caused that fight to break out. But a very astute viewer noticed it was friends ending the 10-turn duration, ending, and Saravok not liking that I casted that on him. That being said, these guys aren't going to stick around, so let's just do it, dude. I'm sure it's fine. 27 gets rolled. We only needed an 18.
Look, this subject's not safe. You selling your services, beat feet to the Guildhall. Lower City, Basilisk Gate, Guildhall. And that's all you're getting from me. Now scram! The chat's officially closed.
Well, that was very useful. Thank you, friends. Cue the transition! I'm going to sleep, and I hope nothing bad happens. Please don't come haunt me in my sleep. Dame Aelin, please don't come haunt me in my sleep. All right, that sounds good. That sounds good. Okay. 9 Fingers is no secret to our runs here. In fact, I think we've talked to her every single playthrough we've put up on YouTube here. So, getting to this place is no big deal. We just talk to the half-orc outside, and hopefully our silver tongue gets its in.
Wandering in dark alleys. Very dangerous hobby. Gets people killed.
Well, actually, dark alleys are my
Half-orc's finger,
specialty.
You notice an unusual ring. Heavy and with a strange symbol carved on its surface.
Go back to your mind, Glinkars. You myself.
Well. I don't know what that word meant, but I took offense. We're attacking. Oh, there's more people here than I thought there was. What's this? Once per long rest, you could... Okay, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. My friends are coming. You guys are screwed when they get here, too. You need to show me some respect. You have no idea who I am. Hey, guys, could you... Oh, God, there's people on the roof? No, we're going to have to do something about that. Asterion goes for a leap onto the high ground. Some enemies, or I guess they could just be civilians, have vision of this area, but he is still sneaking. So I guess he is fine to enter. With the strength in his legs, he can hop across to the other side. You know what? It would be better if we don't have to build around these, but if I have them sitting around, I might as well use them. Strength potion gives him a bit more damage for the day, and we're doing a lot today. Here we go. Asterion enters the fight. Reverberation already in play. It is not his turn, so he can't go. I do not like the way this guy was treating me, and I have something I want to do about it. I have the ability to create a mind sanctuary. This is not something I've ever done before, but it's one of our mind powers. If I place this on the ground, everyone who enters this area will become hastened. Am I also correct in saying that this is not a concentration? Oh my goodness. On top of that, it's a bonus action. Oh, you guys are screwed. I want to say this is actually a substitute mind power for honor mode. But if that's not correct, please let me know in the comments. So we're going to start with some slashing attacks on this guy. Remember, we do still have the fear bow equipped. So if I make contact with these shots, there is a chance that they become frightened and can no longer approach me, protecting me inside of this area. Slashing flourish one more time, hitting this guy, and if I can, no, it looks like path interrupted. If only I was a couple of inches taller. All right, frightened did not take on anyone else, but we will go ahead and just stand still momentarily. Now, we know Minthara has been dabbling in some mind powers, and she has access to fly. So my lovely princess just glides immediately into position. Where is she in the turn order? Just behind Asterion. And I imagine Shadowheart can get similar results. Looks like a lot of these people are cowering in fear. If she gets right here... Oh, I was thinking this lower one was enemy vision, but she's still fine right there. We're totally good to go. I can actually do more with my attacks, believe it or not. We still have more. So one more slashing flourish. This is going to be a lot of my bardic inspiration for right now. We can get these back on a short rest. And it paid off! What do you mean I can just keep doing it? What the heck is this damage? Dungen, you're insane! Well, I'll go ahead and end my turn right there. I feel pretty good about that. The frightened orc who was talking garbage can't move forward. He tries to rage. You can be mad all you want. It's not going to get you any progress. The archer hiding in the corner steps out and fires off at Asterion. We are going to psionic backlash, and he is going to be ensnared. Luckily, with the length of his weapon, I believe he can still attack. The second shot from the archer moves towards Minthara, who luckily dodges that ranged shot. By the way, I was talking about my AC earlier on Dungen. It went up 2, so he's sitting at 21 now baseline, which is pretty nice. Wish I could say the same for Asterion. Now, I can't move, but I can hit. Reverberation's already in play, so I think I just keep swinging. Oh, that was my attack for the turn because we entered the turn order late. Oh, and I wasn't even rooted. Man, I actually wanted to throw him at this guy to kill him. I thought that would have been really funny. Dang, missed opportunity. I guess I'm going to have to settle for melting him with divine power. So unfortunate. All the cinematography is out the window now after walking through this place. The camera just clips on everything, and there's these clotheslines everywhere. I understand it's probably supposed to look like a rough neighborhood, but come on, guys. I'm trying to be a director here. I like the idea of just sending a wall of flames down the line here, but I think it's a little bit out of my range. So I'm going to settle just for doing a sacred flame onto the main orc. And he gets burnt to a crisp. That's going to do it for our Shadowheart. Now, Minthara can have some fun here, especially with these guys being so grouped up. We're going to start with a Ray of Frost onto Skeeve. That is going to place some ice under his feet. Do I have another action? But I'm in the haste thing. I should definitely have another action. I can quicken a spell regardless with our sorcery powers, and I'm going to fire off another one of these Ray of Frosts onto the archer sledge immediately next to them. I'm hoping to just cover that area in some ice and make it difficult for them to advance even on top of this frightened state that they are in. Magic missile coming our way. It is guaranteed to hit, but I can shield it? That doesn't do anything, right? My magical armor actually reduces the damage of incoming attacks. So because it was a low-level magic missile, I could have taken no damage. I don't think the shield did anything in that situation. Sarian takes a hit from the side as one of the archers tries to move further away. But you fucked with the wrong bard. Oh, it's not quite hitting everyone, though. I wish it was. The high ground isn't going to see it. What if I cast Confusion instead? I don't want to admit how long I was just staring at my hotbar trying to find Confusion. Does that hit the high ground? No, still some weird line of sight stuff. I'm still just going to send it. I should have attacked first. Ah, I'm terrible at this game. That would have been a bonus action if I attacked first. Don't worry, they're confused. They don't know what happened either. We're fine. Don't worry about it. We'll just send some damage. That guy's frightened too. He has no idea what's going on. Confusion is my concentration, so I can't do too much else to this guy. I'm really surprised it's saying I don't even have line of sight if I move to here. Okay, it's just saying it's a resource issue now. Oh, I wish you would make up your mind. We'll go ahead and end Dungan's turn right there. It comes right back over to us. It's Shadowheart up to bat now. I'm going to have her kind of rushing this guy on the high ground. Let's move into the bubble first. Then we are going to cast Sacred Flame onto our opponent. Only a 30% chance to hit, and she moved out of the Mind Sanctuary for some reason. God, I hate the camera here. It's so bad. Wait, if you have to move out, does that mean you can't actually cast Sacred Flame again? Oh, that is so frustrating. Well, hop on over there, sweetheart. Try to get a little bit closer. Wait, I have the buff again. Sacred Flame? This is confusing. This time he did save, but we're going to try to get a little bit closer. We're going to end her turn right there. The person who shot Asterion has a headache. Let's make it worse. He goes in and swings, and, well, I think we actually made it better. I'm not too much of a fan of what's been going on over here, so we're going to bully this person. Asterion's going to do the most miraculous jump you've ever seen and swing big, making it reckless because he rolled so bad, but it still manages to connect. His bonus action was jumping, unfortunately, so I couldn't follow up with another swing. We are going to put another Ray of Frost onto the archers in the back, putting ice underneath their feet. As we have another action, we're going to fire off another one on the other confused target in this hallway. Not only are they confused, but if they try to move forward, they will not be able to. Notice I said I feel like we have enough crowd control in our kit already. This is kind of why, bro. This is kind of why. Ensnaring shot going out on to our Shadowheart. The push not even effective either. His athletics check failed. Man, when I said we were going to bully this guy in the corner, I didn't actually think it was going to be that bad. One shot from Dungen onto the mage takes them down. A second shot onto... Is that an archer? Either way, he's re-frightened, and he's not going to be coming towards us. I'm not even doing anything fancy with my Bardic Inspiration right now. We are just sending shots. I think he's actually slightly outside of normal range. If we wanted to change up our spells, we could, but Confusion seems like it's doing a good job. In fact, it made him skip his turn entirely. Shadowheart turns to the side and snaps her fingers again. Another Sacred Flame placed on her target for 15 damage. And you know what that means? The radiating orbs are stacked up to 10. We see Asterion swing and recklessly take off the head of the would-be archer. He then jumps down to the area beneath him. He did not... I hate this place. He did not rage in this encounter, but he can Still attack! And, I mean, this guy's confused. I don't think he's going to do too much. We'll fire off another ray of frost at him. And Skeeve goes down.
Let's get going.
I think I really should have washed his mouth. That was pretty messed up. I can't believe he said that. What does that mean? Can someone let me know down in the comments? We sold off everything from those guys as well as some of our old stuff and bought a few potions with what we got. So, still completely broke, but at least we're restocking the potion supplies. Meanwhile, back down at the entrance to the Thieves Guild. Is that officially what it's called, or is that more of a Elder Scrolls thing? There is a wall slot here, and if we take a look at the orc's body, he does have that guild ring on, as well as the guild hall hatch key. I'm curious if we need to wear the guild ring to kind of to blend into this place, since we didn't get a cordial invitation. Or maybe the ring goes into the slot, and I overthought all of that. That's absolutely what just happened. As we walked in, for some reason, Shadowheart's scar hurt her. I stopped recording just to do a cut and didn't catch it in time. Very curious. Well, this is the guild hall. We've been in here plenty of times. We know it well. In fact, it's a little less populated than what we're used to, because some of the tieflings that would normally occupy this corner are no longer around. Wait, they have a minstrel in here too. I am kind of upset that the tieflings aren't here, but you know, sometimes you gotta see different storylines and see how it plays out. Well, Nine Fingers is in here. I can find this place even with the UI off. Let's see if she's happy to see us.
It's an orphanage, Ukta. What would you have me do? Seize their toys as payment?
Well, they failed to pay tribute. We should withdraw our protection, at the very least.
And cede more ground to the Stone Lord? You're not suggesting I yield a single inch of the city, my city, to this cult?
We already look weak. If you're seen to be forgiving debts...
I didn't say forgive. Seize the building. Are many children old enough? If they protect what's mine, we'll consider that a start on what's owed.
Yes, Guildmaster. Excuse me? This is a private council.
Keep your underpants clean, Ukta. We're playing host to a hero.
Oh, do you know who Dungen is?
All our reports of Ketheric Thorm, General of the Absolute, Champion of Merkel, Unkillable, Tyrant of Moonrise. Meet the one who killed him.
And your Nine Fingers, the guild master.
A little less impressive as revelations go.
And she's missing
You'll
a
forgive the
finger.
spying, I hope. The guild keeps watch for anyone of interest passing through our gates. I'd say you qualify. I already know the one thing about you that I need to. You've crossed paths with the cult's leadership before, and you're still standing. I mean to burn the Absolute from the face of my city. So if you mean to help, congratulations. We just became the best of friends.
Uh-oh. Well, I kind of follow the Absolute, so I don't know if we're quite aligned this time. I ran into some of your thugs earlier, the Rivington Rats. I put them into the dirt because they threatened me. Also, the orphanage that she's talking about, we saved the nice little halfling lady that runs it. She was an assassination target. So I like that place, and I don't like the idea of them just weaponizing children.
Oh, did you enjoy the encounter?
Well, I killed the leader.
Zenobia. Always told the girl that mouth would cost her head. I could wish she'd shown some restraint, but I doubt she'd have returned it. The rats usually keep a lid on their nastier notions, but with the Stone Lord business distracting me, some are starting to test the leash. All the more reason to be rid of the cult quickly, so I can remind my crews it's not a leash round their necks if they cross me. It's a noose.
Well, what can I do to help you?
I was planning to soften you up a bit first, but... straight to business then. Of all the pains in my arse the Absolute was delivered, one in particular keeps growing. A new gang boss who calls himself the Stone Lord. If he was just another upstart who didn't like paying guild dues, fair enough. But he and his crew make no demands. Leave no survivors to pass on a message. All I know is that on every scrap of ground he takes from me, the cult of the Absolute soon starts sprouting.
You think he's a cultist?
He's a prick, whoever he prays to. We know where he plans to hit next. A little operation the guild have run in the city's counting house. Likely my crew has it in hand. Snare set, ready to draw it tight. But I like a little certainty. And you've dealt with bigger bastards handily enough.
The guild has an operation inside the city bank. Dungen, the guild is the city bank. Deal with it yourself, lady.
As you like. I always do. My welcome stands. Maybe I'm just nicer than you are.
All right, I'm gonna leave. Of course, we are still going to the bank. Don't you worry. I just don't want her to think for a second that I'm gonna be on her side. Before we head over there, let's buff for the day. Level 5! Aid is gonna give us a nice boost to our HP. And I think we can play a little song before heading over to the bank.
That helped.
Oh, I'm so glad, Shadowheart. One of the small details that slipped my mind prior to talking to Nine Fingers is that we can actually see some of the Stone Lord's goons here in the Rivington area. If we go all the way down to the beach over there. Luckily for us, Minthara and Dungen do practice their mind flying on occasion, and that makes for a very easy way to traverse. Come on, it says it, come on, just, yeah, thank you. Oh my God, I thought I was lying for a second. I didn't want to be a liar, dude. Nice. Okay, well, I can confirm that the guild doesn't like the Stone Lord, but they didn't let me join their group. So I took care of the problem. One of the guys here did have an interesting note, though. The guild has caught wind of our activities down by the river. The Stone Lord has personally requested that you see off any visitors. I guess that explains why they were so hostile. I've heard murmurings that your dockside crew begin to doubt the tales around the Stone Lord's capabilities. Keep our shipment secure, and he will not need to come down in person and make a demonstration. Well, there's no one to demonstrate left to. That sentence came out in the right order, didn't it? I gotta be honest, I kind of think it would have been smart to just side up with the guild, because that gets you invited into the bank pretty easily. By saying I didn't want to do it, that might complicate things. But I do have a plan. Minthara is going to enter the bank, and in full visibility of the guards, I'm sure this is totally fine. She's going to drink a potion of invisibility. It's the only one we have. You know what? Let's not do that. We have plenty of other ways to go invisible. I'm sure I have a ring or something. I could loan her really fast. Yes, the fetish ring. Oh, Minthara! All right, she goes invisible. This won't last forever, but it is going to be 10 turns. That's plenty of time for me. We're going to make our way to the western wall and then upstairs past the guards. Is this even a restricted area? It kind of, oh, yes, it is. I can interact with the doors. I need to make it into the second office. Now, unlucky for me, the second office is locked. we are going to try our hand at opening the door. We are going to go fully into turn-based mode. Hopefully this works out okay. If it doesn't work out okay, I'll kill everyone in the bank. Oh, did that just take a dark turn? Let's hope it goes okay. Thieves' tools are going to be passed from Dungen to the love of his life as she begins to try and lockpick the door. Now, if things do go awry, I do believe she is out of view. We're going to need a 20 to get the door open. That means she needs to roll an 18. This might take a while. Okay, we're on attempt number 5. Let's go ahead and just pass those back to Dungen. I got it.
Stop shifting around.
I got it. Everything's fine.
I'm not. I'm just
All
keeping
right.
an eye on
They're talking about something. I'm going to go invisible again
Beard's office.
and back out to the front.
Well,
Now, inside this office that Dungen opened, we should be able to find a private stash key? Is that what I'm after? Or was I after like a safe code? I know this office is important. Let's assume it's the key. Now, I've never had the ability to do this before, so this is pretty cool. Gaseous form on Minthara. We're in the office of the bank manager. We can take this hole that they use for probably delivering messages down here with gaseous form, and then suddenly, who's in the bank vault? Or at least, bank vault adjacent. Oh. This is gonna be a bit more problematic. I just had a really dumb thought. With gaseous form, I'm just immune to everything, right? Because if that's the case, does it even matter that they attack me? I mean, it's only Minthara breaking into the bank right now, and don't get me wrong, she is sending a message. Oh, she is taking damage. Okay, so gaseous form does not mean immune to damage. But again, does that matter? We could just fly right on by all of those pressure plates. Are you serious that I can fly that far? Wait a minute, what kind of flight is this? And then it's just a vault door. I mean, it's literally just the door. I can just go in. They just closed the door on the steel watch momentarily. Hey, I don't mind that at all. Well, it looks like every single guard in a quarter mile is currently running towards me. Now, let me tell you why I think this is no big deal. I'm pretty sure the door we're in front of counts as a zone line. So I don't think they're going to follow me. Oh. Man, that's just great. Everyone else is kind of in combat, though. I don't know why that happened. They weren't breaking in. Why did I even bother sneaking in? This might look a little bad, but we're actually in full control of this situation. You see, we have a little thing called a cleric, and she has this little thing called Sunbeam, and that Sunbeam's gonna hit all these targets. And now all those targets have 10 radiating orbs on them. Also, these dipshits have a door that I can just close. So what are they gonna do for ranged attacks? They're gonna have to come to me. That's Dungan's specialty. I'll just put a little cloud of smoke in front of the door. I'll keep cleaving everyone that walks through the door. And we literally don't have anything to worry about. I literally promise. This is free XP. I'm literally not even exaggerating. Oh, I'm sure that'll buff out. I'm sure he's fine. That's no big deal. Oh, okay. All right. You may be asking yourself, hey, Pally, why haven't we seen a lot of this fight? It kind of seems like you're editing out a lot of the action here. That's because outside of Asterion getting absolutely obliterated because he has like 15 AC, don't worry, I have a solution for that in the future. We've just literally been standing here and they've been shooting at Shadowheart and it hasn't been going well. Now, don't get me wrong, I find that pretty fun because it's very satisfying knowing I crafted that build and it's working perfectly and it's real strong. Don't get me wrong, I have taken a little bit of chip damage here and there. Nothing a potion and a heal can't solve. But these guys are literally just shooting at me. There's no urgency here. We're chilling. Actually, I say that, but some of these radiating orbs have fallen off. You know what else has fallen off? The alarm itself. We've outlasted the bank's defenses. I guess that's good. This is all kind of funny to me, too, because Dungen 100% could have just talked to the bank teller and convinced them that he belonged in the bank with his charisma. That would not have been a difficult thing to do at all. That guy thought that was funny. He thought that was real funny. That guy gets it. Meanwhile, inside the vault itself, our misty friend is still moving around. The visitor's log confirms what we heard earlier. The Stone Lord is getting a vault tour of the lower vaults, and we need to try to catch up. Now, we are having some money problems, and we can come back here whenever we feel like spending a few spell slots and knock on a few of these vault doors, and I bet we could get a few pennies. Now, there are some traps in here, don't get me wrong. If you walk into the middle, I believe, maybe that's over on this side. I kind of thought it was on both sides. If you walk into the middle, you will be transported back to the start. Yes, indeed, but of course, that does not break our gaseous form. So, did I get the key out of that guy's office? Do I not need to do the workaround for this puzzle here? It does say that it's still locked, so I believe the workaround is to use a bit of water and toss that onto the ground. Of course, the one character I need water on is the one character that doesn't have water. I also really like that Minthara's in-character portrait is the scrying eye, my arch nemesis. Well, let's go ahead and break our form. There's a piece of paper in here that reads that under no circumstances should you clean the floor around the vault because bad stuff can happen. But electricity needs to be involved. That's why we are going to use Call Lightning to open the door. You know, I kind of feel like maybe getting back into gaseous form wouldn't be a bad idea. But hey, for now, let's see how this goes. I kind of don't want to get electrocuted. Thank you. Let's head down into the lower passage. Maybe I should wait for Dungen. He's the one with all the charisma. Let's see how that goes. Dungen can, of course, go invisible whenever he wants as Duergar and just keep doing this over and over again. So getting him into the vault would not be an issue. However, God, the terrible camera back here never got any better, did it? However, there are guards in this room that could be a problem. We've already seen some of what they can do previously. The alarm on the far side of the room is going to call in a lot more help if they trigger it. So, let's not let them trigger it. That's the plan. We could actually sneak into this room pretty well. Kinda running out of spell slots for the day already, but let's just go ahead and cast Silence, making sure that the circle engulfs the alarm of the bank. Shadowheart placing that on top of them. Wait, they just walked into it. Wait, combat actually wasn't started for a hot second. Well, I could kind of... I could almost sneak Asterion by this. I was gonna say I could kind of use this as an opportunity to just hop right over this and maybe get right into the vault, but no, they've spotted me here too. we are going to have to take these guys down. But luckily, Asterion doesn't have to do much casting to make that happen. The guards on the other side of the door have no idea that we are here because the alarm is silenced. And I'm going to start off with a slashing flourish on these guards to try and stop them from doing too much. That brings Dungen into the fight. Neither of them were feared. Shadowheart is the main turn in motion right now, and we are going to Sacred Flame one of the guards. This should be pretty easy to get inside of, especially considering how stacked these guys were. I am going to be upset, though, if they hit that alarm and call in reinforcements while no sound can emit from that bubble. Oh, he's going for it, though. Oh, he at least stood next to it. Asterion cannot rage this turn because he jumped as his bonus action, but he could just move into this fight and start swinging, and with that, the first guard goes down. We are just going to pressure the second in the back corner. The archer takes aim at Asterion, hitting him in the side for 13 damage. The next shot hitting for 8 as well. She climbs over the countertop there, trying to approach our party. We are once again going to do a slashing flourish. If she's feared, she can't approach me anymore at all. And that would also mean that we are completely free and protected because there's no way she could reach the alarm behind Dungen. We also use Tasha's Hideous Laughter, so she's just going to laugh about this for a while. I mean, I think it's pretty funny too. And I'll admit, this hasn't been, you know, an Ocean's 11 break into the vault so far. But I have to say, as far as bank heists go, this one isn't going bad. We've made it past at least the majority of the guards so far. I say that as Asterion only has 35 HP missing. 70% of his HP is already gone. I don't know if that's accurate. I want to be clear. I just said those numbers. We are going to use our bonus action to drink a small potion. The laugh continues, and Dungen is going to take a hefty step forward, this time shooting at the artillerist. If we hit the fear on them with our ranged weapon, that means they won't be able to leave the silence bubble. Obviously, a pretty strong thing. Asterion swings for the laughing person on the ground. He should have advantage, and they think that's hilarious. Unfortunately, we miss with that second swing. Everyone's going to have a turn at this as Shadowheart moves in. The joke is still continuing, and we've made it into the bank with everyone. At least I think so. Woo! Just gotta make sure we don't step on any of these pressure plates here.
It's still moving.
Hush your fussing. Nine Fingers had this one made especially. That little mouthful will barely slow it down.
But
very confident.
Stories. Tall tales and big names, lad. Don't let them fool you. Elminster the Archmage. Drist the Drow Exile. Heroes have power, aye, but not half so much as we do. A little coin into the right purse. A soft word in the right ear. It's not glory that spins these plains, lad. It's gold. See? Now.
What were you saying about that holding back anything?
Cracked clay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the Stone Lord.
There is no gold in here.
If there is one thing Minsk hates more than beasts with bad breath, it is those who are tricksome with the truth. And turnips. But you are no turnip.
Let that be of comfort in your final moments.
We just observing all of this? Do nothing or step into view. Hello, Stone Lord. You, what do you mean?
Has shown me your face, villain. I will beat it into a more pleasing shape.
Enough play, Stone Lord. The Absolute has other plans for this one.
How could Jahira be here if we killed her in Act 2?
Set a poor trap, little banker. Let the Absolute's faithful show you how it is done. Now come, Stone Lord. We have the gold, and the Absolute has need of it elsewhere.
As you say, Jahira.
So I didn't really have an option to speak to these guys in any way. Was the only reason I was brought up because I stepped into view? Because that's kind of anticlimactic. I did not join the guild. I did not sign up to protect their investment. So the fact that I am on their side in this room is a bit unexpected. Something else that's going to be unexpected is the sheer number of enemies that are actually in this room that we can't see right now. I'm going to do a preemptive Spirit Guardians and keep those going around me. Meanwhile, Asterion on his turn is probably going to jump down to the lower levels. I think they can manage up here, no problem. He is probably going to take some damage as he leaps down, but we'll find some ways to get that health back. Don't you worry. Now, as I move forward, this guy's unstoppable, but that's it, right? Let me just hang out with these guys and see how they respond. So, we are starting to see some invisible assassins of Baal. Oh, I guess that makes sense why they wouldn't like me. Now, remember, there were 3 heads of the Hydra that were controlling the Absolute. Baal was simply one aspect. We also have whatever Ketherick was doing and whatever the handsome lad Gortash was doing as well. So maybe if I was on the better side of Orin the Red, we could have some different outcomes in this fight. But nonetheless, she is our arch enemy for right now. Well, as you can see, these enemies are dipping in and out of view, and it can be kind of frustrating. I'm going to go ahead and just shoot some ice right here. I think that will reveal him. Yes, indeed it did. God, that was crazy accurate. Great job, Minthara. I believed in you the entire time. She's going to end her turn right here in the swirly whirly. The civilians you see, I guess you can call them civilians. The people you see down here on the bottom floor are the guards of the bank, as well as kind of the head treasurer. And remember, the guild runs the bank here, so this guy works for the organized thieves of the town. When you talk to him at the end, he does have some good points. He begs you to get this money back. Well, I mean, any thief who lost their haul would beg you to get their money back. But one of the points he makes is that this is the money of Baldur's Gate that's been taken. The money of the civilians. People are going to wake up broke in the morning, and that's one of the reasons he pleads for you to help. That being said, it's kind of looking like we're not going to hear that plea this time. He's already at half health, and many of the assassins are still not even in view. These are probably the most dangerous assassins for Baal that we encounter in the game. Who are you looking for? They're right in front of you. I love how it just makes their turns take so much longer too. These are probably one of the more deadly assassins that we see for Baal, just because they can dip in and out of view a lot. We may encounter more of these guys in the sewers, but they're usually a bit more tame. That was a lot of damage being done to Glitterbeard. He's not gonna live. It's just not gonna happen. Are you surprised that I'm not more upset? Because I'm not. Here's how we're gonna win this fight. Arrow of many targets. We're going to take one of these. Dungen is going to shoot it. Path is interrupted. I wasn't trying to get you to shoot the sky, my dude. It looks like none of these targets are going to be great candidates, to be totally honest. I'm simply going to walk out of this. We do dodge the attack, luckily. Since I can't hit a ton of targets, let me go ahead and just do a slashing flourish. What is going on with the camera today? These shots into the ball servant give us 2 stacks of arcane acuity. I'm just going to fire a regular shot into him now, and it looks like our party has leveled up. Now with these stacks of arcane acuity, it's going to make it easier for us to land our spells, like Hold Person on the other ball assassin to our right. Dungen can stop these assassins in their tracks with a mere thought, with a mere suggestion that they hold still. But will that be enough? We shall see. It certainly won't be enough to save this guy. I'm actually amazed he was even able to attack. It does make sense that he would have lightning, considering that's how we got into the vault too. An attack of opportunity hits him in the back though, so that health he just recovered with the potion was very quickly lost. Slow being cast by one of the assassins, who's now merging in a teleporter accident with the vault door. One of the guardians moves in with a very hefty smite and takes down our star. Well, Asterion is stunned, and I don't think I can do too much to help him. What I'm going to do is take Shadowheart to the right, and I'm going to dash. The reason I'm dashing is because obviously I want to cover more ground, but I want to move down this path because I'm confident as I continue to move, I will find more and more assassins, like you could see here. The swirly whirlies are drawing them out. We did take one hit, but we've applied some radiating orbs since then, so I think I'm going to be a-okay. We'll go ahead and end our turn right there. Now, there are more assassins over on the other side, and if we're not careful, we could leave some of them alive in here. I don't think there's any real ramifications for doing that, but just something to be mindful of. Looks like he went invisible again, and as the turn moves over to Minthara, she is ready to act. She runs to the person who is held and casts Divine Smite, level 4. Guaranteed to crit because they can't defend themselves. Oh, but they absorb damage, and I just wasted a really, really big spell slot on that. Now, I don't think I'm going to be punished too hard, because like I said, these guys are inside of the swirly whirly. Those radiating orbs are going to be piling up. But even with those orbs, they are kind of killing off the guards. And that's one thing on honor mode I'm definitely noticing here. More guards are dying than I have ever seen die before. Fantastic lightning being used. Shocking grasp hitting the Reaper of Ball. Uh-oh. Are they trying to go invisible again? That's not going to work. You're inside of the swirly whirlies. We're just going to pop you right out of that again. The guys on the other side don't seem to be moving, just casting or throwing a javelin rather in this case, and then dipping back into the shadows where they came from. The guards by us, if he repositions, is going to have an attack of opportunity that dispels the final radiating orb on that assassin, and they fire off a shot into the center of the room that connects with nothing. One of the unstoppables has been triggered. That's what lowered the damage of my smite with Minthara. The main banker has just been taken down. The guild has lost a very powerful member, and I'm starting to think we might be able to take advantage of this potentially. Maybe. We shall see. I'm going to go ahead and use the slashing flourish. We're going to fire this off at the Reaper in the back. Great damage, take them down. And Dungen has leveled up. Can I level up in mid-combat? It doesn't look like it. I could get really strong right now if I could. Hold person is still holding, so we're going to shoot into that, dealing damage to the target that can't move away. More of the guards are firing off at the assassins. The one looking at Asterion has no more protected slots, and we might be able to start fighting back soon. Jesus, there are only 2 guards left. The one by us is just barely holding on by a thread, just at like a quarter HP. The main guy who was smiting earlier has jumped in, and even though he missed, that weapon of his still connects for 4 damage. Those maces, dude, they're strong with that. There goes the smite, finally hitting. We see another pulse of damage by Shadowheart. Did the one that went invisible? There they are. I was worried about you. All right, now I don't have anything to worry about. We are done with that turn, and Asterion starts swinging. Reverberation does hit on the Death's Head in front of him, recklessly taking them down. I have another swing ready to go. What we're going to do is move forward, though, and drink a potion. Moving forward to break line of sight, so these 2 javelin throwers over here cannot connect with me. And then we will let them just literally stand still and waste our time. Oh, dude, some fights in this game, the AI is just infuriating. We're going to burn a lot of our smite slots as we continue to push in, dealing great damage to the held person next to us. There is a world where with Minthara, we took 5 points in Paladin so she could have that bonus attack, and we can smite 2 times per turn. There's also a world with Minthara where we have Action Surge, and we can do that twice in 1 turn. However, I envisioned her more as a Frost Mage than anything else. I envisioned these smite opportunities to be rare occurrences where she really lets her anger out. I'm going to move to the side, and we are going to, you guessed it, hold person again. 100% chance to hit. And, I can almost hit the other one. Well, I might be able to save ourselves a little bit of trouble if I just start taking down the guards now. I'm not going to lie. Could I... You know what? Let me just make this guy laugh. No, that's going to be a level 3 spell slot, too. Goodness gracious. Well, he's frightened, so he won't be able to move towards us. And actually, we're connecting for some great damage right now. I don't think I'm going to use any more of my spell slots. I think I'm going to hold off for the time being. He didn't recast his invisibility, so they're going to be left in the open. Kind of the same with this guy who takes some big hits from the crossbow of one of the bank guards. A throw going off. What did he toss? It was a small dagger that he picked up off of the body of another one of the assassins. All right, that's pretty cool. that's a pretty cool moment. I'm actually a big fan of that. I'm going to start sprinting with Shadowheart again. If there's any more assassins in the area, running straight down this side will be the easiest way to reveal them. But I think we know where they all are at this point. Asterion's going to jump into the action yet again and starts swinging. He takes the Reaper down, hopefully with a single blow. Now we jump over to the other side where the frightened assassin shrouds themselves. But you see, the thing is, they're frightened, so we know they can't move. So Dungen knows exactly where they are. Wait, I'll find you. He's on the blood there, lady. He's on the blood. Did you get him? I'll do it. Imagine that. Wow. Who do we talk to now that the head banker is down? Maybe the cash guard, the head cash guard that was doing the smiting? This place, now, don't get me wrong, even when you're working with the guild, they do give you permission to go through here and loot stuff. They're like, yeah, you can take whatever's in the private vaults. That doesn't matter.
First time the vault's been breached the entire time I've worked here.
Uh-oh. Wait, that's all he had to say?
Going back here, I'd have robbed the place myself.
The other guard might be coming our way. I want to be very clear that we are overthrowing the guild, if that wasn't completely apparent. Whether or not I can work with the Absolute to do it or not, that is what we are doing. If I want to control this city, I need to control its money, and this is how we do it. Because they don't seem to have any more unique dialogue, we're just going to start shooting on Dungen. We picked a fight. Imagine that. I was hoping we would have a slightly better turn order there, though. I'm not going to lie. We are going to cast Radiance of the Dawn from Shadowheart. This is not going to hit every opponent. Actually, if I move this way a little bit, it might. Radiance of the Dawn is our channel divinity. I hit it on both of the lesser opponents, not the head guard themselves, but don't you worry, Dungen will be able to move before then. Astarion picks his favorite target and he moves towards the artillerist. Oh my god, almost taking her head off with the first swing alone. The second one secures it. If he has more movement, he could do even more damage. That might be close enough for our great weapon master swing, but unfortunately, the shot does not connect. We then see Minthara fire off a ray of frost towards the guard by the stairs. That should keep them away from us. Improved warding flare protects us from damage as a shot goes towards Astarion. Then Dungen is probably, I mean, I could tell them to hold still if we need to. My arcane acuity is not great, and oh my god, I missed every single shot there, so I guess I'm not doing too much. Backlash hits as a smite goes down on Astarion. He's definitely feeling that. He approaches Dungen. I guess he's not afraid after all. Shadowheart is going to cast Sacred Flame. I don't think she needs to do a swirly whirly in this case, but he did save, so I guess I'm wrong. Disadvantage on the swing. These guys are only temporarily hostile, so they're still allies to me, which seems so strange. We give him the staff boop and he goes down, and now the one remaining archer moves to the high ground. Improved warding flare does not protect us from the damage from above. Astarion takes both shots to the chin, but as the archer begins to move away, we open up with a great vantage point from the center of the room, those arrows connecting beautifully. And just as they thought they were going to get away, who lands in front of them except... oh, he can't make it. Oh, I was going to say the angriest barbarian. Oh, here we go. The angriest barbarian we know. Instead of just outright... oh, I was going to bite. Never mind. Will recklessly swing. First one missing. Second one, not as lucky. We've leveled up. It's a very big level up. This video is getting long. Bro, I started editing this video. I'm recording and editing at the same time at 4 in the morning. It's almost 9 in the morning now, but I did take a break because I got a lot of hiccups there for a little bit. That's relatable, right? Now, we do get new cantrips at level 11 if we stick with Bard, but I am going to take 1 level in Fighter. This gives me proficiency with simple weapons, martial weapons, light armor, medium armor, and shields. I believe martial weapons are the longbow that we picked up earlier in this episode that I didn't have proficiency with. So I would love to use that. We can also get the archery fighting style now that we are a fighter and swap over from defense. So I guess that's nice. We got it. Archery. We're doing it. We got nothing leveling up for Shadowheart. She just got some extra spell slots. We get Restless Rage. Once per short rest, if you drop to 0 hit points while in rage, you regain 1 hit point instead of being downed. Considering Astarion dies more than any other target on our team, that seems very good for him. Again, once we have some more money in our pockets, maybe we can do something about that in the future. Instead of continuing the Paladin arc, we are going to keep Sorcerer going. We have a new spell too. Cone of Cold has arrived. Bro, I straight up told you Shadowheart didn't get anything exciting. She has level 6 spells now. That means we can create undead. We can have planar allies. This could be very, very fun. Okay, everyone is regathered after a long night's sleep in front of the guild hall, and I already buffed with our level 5 aid. So I'm going to run everybody inside. Now, inside of the main vaults that we just checked, we did see that footprints led to the sewer. We know exactly where they lead. That's not a secret to us at all. However, when we get there, events start taking place here that I would like to try to stop. By the way, on Dungen, I was able to equip the dead shot after the level up as well, and finally put on the Ketheric shield, which makes it so our spell save DCs have a +1 bonus when we are trying to CC our enemies. Also brings our AC up to 23, which is quite well. Off of just the guards inside of the bank, I've basically made the gold back that we've invested in gear in this episode as well. Just close the door. We're going to drop a minor illusion in the corner and see how these guys react to that. Will everyone come check it out? It looks like a lot of them did. Okay, we're gonna turn on turn-based mode, and we're just gonna plop another one of the illusions in the corner, turn off turn-based mode, and then see how this plays out. The world is gonna get a turn here soon, and as you can see, they group up even tighter to investigate what the fuck that was. Now that they are starting to move a little bit, and I have the majority of people in the area inside of this room, Shadowheart's going to make a wall of fire. Maybe that's a little too over-eager, but I say that right as the perfect possible. Oh, that's so perfect. I'm gonna let it rip. Hi. We're fighting each other. You probably didn't know that. But, improved warding flare might protect us. I have never fought Nine Fingers before. I don't know if this is some kind of heroic fight. I don't know just how deadly she is. What I do know is she's throwing a lot of daggers at my vampire right now, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. She's going for a dash as well, but where is she trying to go? She's not going to get far. Asterian's going to rage and then turn around and use his tiger's bloodlust to start swiping at the ladies behind him. Big damage on the one inside of the fire. He's gonna do it again, hopefully connecting with both targets. One of them goes prone. I will at least take that. Shadowheart on her turn already used a spell to great effect. However, most people have moved out of that spell's range at this point. So I'm gonna swap our focus over to our channel divinity. I'm just going to go ahead and stop concentrating on that spell and get the fire away from me. That way I can move around these guys even easier. Now, as we cast Radiance of the Dawn, everyone in the room is going to get radiating orbs above their head, making it more difficult for them to deal damage to our entire party. The door opens. Wait. The door opened and I saw a lot of civilians, and then they all immediately vanished from the minimap again. So maybe the civilians won't even care that I did this. Maybe this is a temporarily hostile kind of situation. The Lady Nine Fingers bodyguard from the next room does seem to be coming towards us, but she's kind of the only one. We're going to go ahead and do a level 1 shield as Dungen gets a blade to his back. The shield does protect him for the time being. Lady Quincy, another one of Nine Fingers guards, moves in on Asterion, hitting him in the sides, and the damage is connecting. He's certainly feeling it, but we still see the rage in his eyes. Cone of Cold is our new spell. I wouldn't mind using it, but it's going to be difficult in this tight of quarters. I'm just going to cast a nice Ray of Frost. We are going to be swung at by Lady Quincy. I think that's fine. Indeed it was. We were threatened, so I needed to get rid of that so we could blast off with this. 15 damage done to the leader of the guild. Now it is Dungen's turn, and on Dungen's turn, he casts Confusion! Confusion can only hit enemies, so every single enemy in this room is gonna have a hard time telling friend from foe, at least for a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and just try to tuck into the corner. There is a critical hit on my back. That sucks, but my concentration is still holding for now. Another one of the killed bodyguards begins to move towards us, and as they approach, they enter the room and see everyone in a riot. Blindness is being cast on Shadowheart. That does not matter at all, to be honest. But psionic dominance might get the job done. We, I think, stopped it from happening. I think so. Bardic Inspiration on Elliot. How do you feel about that, Elliot? How you feeling? The guild leader is going to be up next, and with her turn, she's confused. She's throwing blades at her own bodyguards. You know that has to be bad for morale. We're going to do an attack of opportunity as she's walking by. Oh, nice! And even splash damage in an AoE. Asterion, still with blood in his eyes, turns around and just keeps on cleaving. That should hit 3 targets, and he killed 2 of them in a single go. Now he turns around for the guild leader herself, does not connect with her, but because we landed a critical hit, we can swing again, and now no more of the normal bodyguards in the room are still here. Shadowheart on her turn is going to cast everyone's favorite, Swirly Release. We're going to bring that closer to the door, and if these guys try to bring in any other reinforcements, we're going to start to debuff them with that accuracy debuff as soon as we can. Improved Warding Flare, trying to protect Asterion, and for once it works. We're going to get him on the archer in the back because she's kind of isolated. Or I suppose I could send these 2 in for the problem. They can handle it. Let's go ahead and get some ice down under her feet. There we go. Oh, it did not work. Did I ever re-equip? I did not re-equip my ice ring. I need to make sure I do that. That's why we're not getting ice underneath these targets. When we jumped into the bank vault, I tried to go invisible at the start, and I had to swap out rings for that. We still do decent damage to this guy, but remember, we're not fearing anymore because we swapped out to a longbow. Still, very happy to see that damage there. Asterion is going to just start swinging onto the guild master, and her health is plummeting fast. Asterion really is the glass cannon of our party. I'm just going to reach out with the Sacred Flame on Elliot. I don't want to do anything too much. We'll save our spell slots for now. The archer in the back corner keeps firing at Asterion. Warding Flame tries to protect him, but he takes 16 damage to the back. I'm sure there's one more shot in there. Who's it going on? Oh, no. New target. Oh, they're fighting amongst themselves again. The bodyguard moving around too much as well, taking a bunch of damage from Asterion. I'll just keep blasting in the corner even though they are still going to be able to move. I think this is the final turn on my concentration for that confusion, and I'm really happy with the results of it so far. I'm gonna go ahead and end my turn right there. Shadowheart still dodging attacks in front of the doorway. The guild master throwing things at her allies. And now at Asterion, too. Luckily for us, all of these daggers are falling on the ground. I think she's getting these daggers from looting the dead bodies of her allies around her, by the way. With one swift swing of his massive weapon, Asterion takes down the leader of all organized crime inside of Baldur's Gate. And with a couple other quick swings, almost every bodyguard that she's ever had, too. Well, that's going to shake up the balance of power a little bit. I think we deserve a rest. now in the underbelly of the city, deep inside of its sewers. This is where the Nine Fingers Guild Hall used to be. This is where we are now, just south of the Undercity ruins. We kind of saw the corner edge of this place, as we were passing through to get to the Temple of Baal previously. Basically, I walked up and there were a few cultists. This video is getting long and I want to save you guys some time. They do summon in some birds, which is a little scary. You do have to make sure you don't get swarmed. But this is the sluice gate, and we just noticed the sluice valve. I wonder if I can just rotate that to get this open. We also just noticed some other stuff going on here, and a note to sanitation workers. If we can, why are you guys jumping? Oh, because there's brine there. Great. If we can get up here with Dungen, I'm kind of wondering if we can just cast knock and then let ourselves in to this little establishment. And it looks like that indeed
seems to be stuck.
Does not work. Wait, what? It's at 100% chance. I feel like I got baited, dude. I feel like I got baited. I always feel like I do this wrong, but the door always opens anyway. So I'm just gonna break Dungen off. And because we noticed that there was a sluice valve, let me just start with that. Oh, athletics fell. Well, I do know someone in the party who might be a little more athletic than me if that jump has anything to say about it.
Seems to be stuck.
Athletics failed. I guess I'll just try on everybody.
No use.
It's impossible. Okay, so this is what I always do. I spin this one, and I get the water started, and that gets the water level starting to rise, right? And then once it moves once, I'm gonna click on this one, which then gets the temperature starting to rise. Okay, I'm gonna click on it right now. And I think you're supposed to get both of these to the green area at the same time. I never do that, and then I start panic clicking, and I go everywhere, and nothing ever happens, right? The water level was good. And wait, no, I did it right. Hey, whoa, okay. All right, so the party is going to gather together. It looks like there is a little bit of brine in the way. I hope they can figure out how to overcome this obstacle, right, Shadowheart? You gonna figure it out? What possible thing could you do to get by that, Shadowheart? Now, I do want everyone in my party sneaking as we push forward. I think we are going to be brought into a cutscene together. There's going to be some familiar faces in here. They're not hostile yet. Wait, they're neutral. Wait, my hiding was successful, though. Hold on. Break off from the party. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to let them see me. Hello? Are we chilling? That's Roa Moonglow. We love her.
If a little blood-stained. You lot are enthusiastic about your lord's work.
Indeed they are.
Lady, we serve only the absolute.
Oh, silly me. We Zentarim are so long past our own godly roots. I'm afraid I forget the half of them.
That's a lot of stealth
But
saves.
you, I know. When did you start worshipping gods? Did they give your wee rodent a worm friend too?
Oh, your wee rodent.
Rodent?
Enough! You will show the Stone Lord proper respect, and you will return to the Guildhall and do as we have paid you to.
Of course. I only thought...
Wait. Flop all you wish, little fish. But Minsk has caught you.
On that note, good luck. The job will be done by the time you get to the Guildhall.
Okay, so the Zentharum are with Roa Moonglow. She is currently trying to leave this fight, believe it or not, even though it does kind of look like she's actively trying to attack. If Roa Moonglow gets out of here, she's going to head back to the guild headquarters and start a riot. But we have already weakened the guild. So we'll see how that goes. I do think she's temporarily hostile. Maybe I ruined everything. We'll see. At this point, I'm just kind of in it for the drama. We have a phenomenal position back here. So what we're going to do is have our lovely Minthara move forward and use her, I thought it was, yes, a racial ability, Darkness. We are quite simply going to cast Darkness in the entrance of this tunnel. They will not be able to see anything. Then we're going to have Shadowheart just mosey on up here, and once she reaches the front of this darkness, she's just going to camp. This is going to be her spot. She's pulled into the fight. I'm totally fine with that. Dungen is going to pull back, and we are going to try to hide. Wait, can I close the vault door? That would be hilarious if I could. It doesn't look like I can. So this is my strategy. I'm just going to try to hang out back here. I might even spread more darkness in this hallway eventually. We don't need to do too much. If this works like I hope it does, everyone is going to be funneling towards us down a very slender, narrow path, which is perfect for swirly whirlies. I'm kind of worried maybe we have a roadblock already and that's why they're not coming in. But no, we do get some people entering the kill zone. And it looks like Asterion is the first up to be able to start swinging. He could see this target. Reverberations are already landing. And it looks like we're doing pretty well. Can you bite it? Are they alive? Oh, they're doppelgangers. I bet this is related to Orin the Red. That is probably the most no-duh statement ever. You know, we got to do another playthrough, right, where I side with Orin. We might have to figure out some other editing choices for that series. I imagine the episodes would actually be a lot like this one, where it's a bigger storyline, and I try to compact it as much as I can into one episode. I know this episode's long. I hope you guys are liking it. You can help me out a lot by hitting that thumbs up button if you have not already. Well, it looks like our friends are going to be stacking up in front of us. As you all know, I've been dedicating a lot of effort into the mind powers of Dungen, trying to get ourselves maxed out in the tadpole department. I've been working on that a lot, but I haven't been showing you guys too much of the fruits of that effort. Been behind the scenes. I've been giving you a little taste like we did the little heist zone recently, but I would like to show you another one here pretty soon. Roa Moonglow is getting away. Get out of there, Roa. You can do it. Yeah, one more Bardic. We're just gonna let her leave. I have no beef with Roa. I know this is all business for her. So one of the things we can do is called not Repulsor, but Black Hole. And as you can see, I'm casting this right in front of Dungen. He's going to run in, cast Black Hole, and pull down that person that was on the high ground. And then, of course, well, we're a Duergar. I was never actually here. What do you mean? I didn't make it back into the area in time, but it was close. Now we're going to see Minthara move up, and for the first time, cast Cone of Cold. I have very high hopes for this ability. Let's see it. Oh my god. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. You know what we do after that? We get back in the darkness and we hide. Did we kill off any targets there? It looks like maybe... Yes, 2 of them went down. Jaheira's looking for Dungen right now. Is she going to find me? It said I was saved on being seen, so it looks like she was not lucky enough today. We're now going to see Shadowheart leave the darkness, and as she does, she casts Swirly Whirlies. The Swirly Whirlies around me is going to make it so everyone here basically doesn't have a chance of ever dealing damage. We're then going to leave the tunnel with Asterion, and we are going to rage. I should probably hit multiple targets if I can, but I'm actually just going to start swinging into Jaheira here. Oh my god, one swing almost kills her. We're going in reckless for the second one. She's dazed with only 7 HP to her name. The stun from the side, I wasn't expecting that as it hits Asterion. So he's not going to be able to kill off Jaheira. Don't you worry, I think we can find another way to do it. We see a lot of daggers coming down from above. Rowan Moonglow's turn is coming up soon. This is a doppelganger, right? It doesn't say doppelganger, it just says the name. Hunter's Mark, that's not a big deal at all. No reason to counterspell that. It's just going to be a slight damage increase on the target's turn. You can see our friends on the enemy team are starting to spread out a little bit. Slow's a level 3. Minthara snaps her fingers. There's not going to be a slow cast on us today. As Rowan Moonglow makes her way up the ladder, I like to imagine that the last thing she hears, the last thing she sees is Dungen once again. Oh, can I only do it once per short rest? I was going to do it again. I was going to suck him back into the same spot. It's me casting confusion. She can't make heads or tails of what she hears behind her. Now, I do think it's really weird that I lied. We can just do it again. I do think it's really weird considering how much effort I've put into, like, really investing time into Rowan Moonglow. I think it's really weird that she's hostile to me here. I hope I didn't do something incorrect and this is a direct result of that. That's probably the fucking case, isn't it? Everyone's grouped up, but we are going to Cone of Cold. God damn, that is so good. So I think that was Jaheira going down. That's going to send Minx into a bit of a tizzy. I don't know how he knew that when he was, you know, just confused. He has 3 more turns of confusion on him. I am going to go ahead and quicken a spell, and I'm going to fire off a Ray of Frost at Minx here too. That does take him down. Now, if you do want to recruit him to your party, you have to recruit Jaheira in Act 2, which means making a lot of different decisions from what we did in this playthrough. But that also means doing non-lethal attacks in this room versus Minx. That is very, very important. We are not eligible for the recruitment here. But that would be an interesting playthrough if you were trying to overthrow the guild, just like we were doing here. This guy is not confused, so what I'm going to do is shoot twice. That will build up some stacks, and then once those stacks of acuity are there, hey, hold still, friend. Oh, my barbarian needs to ask you a question. Oh, what a way to go. What a way to go. Now, like I said, normally we would go to the guild hall and be like, oh no, something terrible's gonna happen at the guild hall. We need to get back there immediately. Now we're like, well, I already killed everybody in the guild hall. Now I need to see what happens. We need to get there immediately. What a long, complicated road this has been. Can I overthrow all organized crime and the Bank of Baldur's Gate? Oh, it's looking really good. Rowan Moonglow is standing here and she's friendly.
Ah, you survived. Which means my employers are dead, I take it. No matter. Gives us a chance to talk.
Does it, Roa?
Nine Fingers is done. My Zentarim stand ready to purge this place of everyone loyal to her. So all I need to know is, does that include you?
Roa, you ask that out of... what's it called when it's not necessary at all? Look how loyal we are. Look how loyal. You're the only person in the history of this game I've ever gotten a smiley face with. Why are you working with the cult? They want to enslave everyone. Yeah, that sounds good. That depends. What are you offering me? I am loyal whoever can help me save this city. You're not talking me into anything. Get out of my way or die. Let's try number 2. What's Dungen get out of this?
A more dependable ally than the current guildmaster. Her guild is disorganized, undisciplined. The cult broke them in a matter of days. while my Zentarim still stands strong. A guild under our control can do what Nine Fingers failed to. Drive the Absolute out of the city once and for all. We're all on the same side. If there are spoils to be split afterwards, well, I'm sure there's enough to share.
All right. We're indeed on the same side. Let's deal with Nine Fingers. She's already been dealt with.
Oh, let's. To arms, Zentarim! The guild is ours for the taking!
All right, Roa's mad and she's going in. Okay, it looks like there are a decent number of guildies down there potentially. Man, I wish I had slow fall so I could cast this on the party. Now, I do think we have a significantly easier version of this than what we are used to. I'm just gonna flop myself down to the lower floor and get involved. Hello, who am I fighting? Wait, I'm not actually fighting anyone. I'm not actually involved in this in any way yet. This is kind of awkward. So I'm gonna hit the guild guard, just so he knows. Oh my god, he's the only guard. When I killed this place, I only missed one enemy. Ah, they're like roaches. God, look at this overkill too. How many people are in the pit down here fighting him? Okay, that guy wasn't mad at me, but he's dead now. Where are the other guild members? Oh, I see him. This guy right there. These guys are all blending in quite a lot. Okay, I'm going to hit him once. Critical hit. He said, ouch. Oh, yeah, that one's not going to feel good either. And that's everybody dead. Well, happy I could help. Wait, I don't think that's everyone. I think... No, they walked through some brine. Wasn't this guy 100% with the guild before? He's just okay with this change of leadership? He's not bothered by it? He's not bothered by every other guild member getting killed inside of the pit over there, my dude? I don't know, man. That's kind of sketchy. Well, I just saw who walked into the head office, and I am going to be heading in there after months of sucking up to this vendor. She has just become the leader of all organized crime. And more importantly, she gives me a phenomenal discount.
My new office. The chair could be a little comfier.
Well,
and
it's
the desk
broken.
Definitely needs adjusting, but I'd say it'll do. A deal well done. Congratulations all round.
So what now, Roa?
I redecorate, I think. This place could do with some Zentarim banners. Then we prepare. When it comes time to fight the Absolute, you'll have a private army at your beck and call. With a newly minted sword captain at its head, I suspect. The network has been looking for a toehold in this city for years. And I just gave them the whole damn...
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did, Roa. Oh. I did. Don't be like that. And you only had to collaborate with the death cult to do it. Why does the Zentarim care so much about Baldur's Gate? Well, I would love to hear her answer, actually.
Trade. Why else? That gap-handed wench and her guild held their monopoly for far too long. Now the guild can become a scent operation. And we'll have your back when the battle horns start blowing. You have my word.
And your word means a lot to me, Roa. Wow.
Whatever you're planning to do to take down the Absolute, do it before that little worm of yours claims you.
Show me your wares. And give me the good discount still. I've invested in this for a reason. Oh, we've been planning the moves from the very beginning, can't you tell? Just from our time in today's video, which keep in mind in real life time has basically been a full work day at this point, I've managed to remake all of the gold we've lost at the beginning and more. I spent 7,000 at the start. We're at 10,000 now. And that's just from looting all the bodies and selling in between cuts and little edits in this video. Well, I suppose there's only one more thing left to do. Start popping these vaults open with knock. Oh no. Oh no. The enhanced security. That means I'm gonna have a much harder time getting through these. This is no mundane lock. Well, maybe we'll make some progress soon. That's going to do it for today's video, everyone. I sincerely hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to sit down and work on some more Baldur's Gate content this weekend. I was trying to fix my sleep schedule. I made it till the morning, and now I just have to wither the day. Thank you guys for being here. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys again next time. Bet you didn't think we were going to overthrow the bank.